The 2024 Tampa Pro is in the history books. What a great event. Several tickets were handed out to the Mr. Olympia 2024 Mr. Olympia, including the open class, classic physique, and 212, which we will take a quick look at in this video. So sit back, relax. We're going to have a nice little wrap up of the Tampa Pro. We're actually going to have a close look at the 1 and 2, the top two of the men's open, including the guy that won the show. Congratulations goes out to Jon Delarosa. What a great bodybuilder. And a nice fella, from what I understand. Everybody always says very nice things about this guy. So it's nice to see one of these good dudes make it to the top of the IFBB. So congratulations, Jon Delarosa. We will have a look. After we list off the top 10, we'll have a close look at him and the guy that placed second. This is Mo. Great big Mo. Mo Foda. He just won the Chicago Pro. A lot of people had him picked to win this event, but, it was a close one. We will see how close in just a minute, but first we will list off the rest of these dudes. Jordan Hutchison slips in the top 3. Wow. Very proud of this guy. Very proud of this guy. Excellent lines. And from behind, the guy brought some great condition, too. So a little bit more size, and if he maintains his condition, he'll be winning shows left and right, for sure. In 4th place, I am sure a little bit upset, was Big Vlad. Vlad Sokorochko. The guy is huge. The guy is peeled. He is. He just needs to throw it all together. He needs, I don't know what he needs. From behind, he was pretty conditioned. He was. But with his size, I think he could have stood to lose a couple of pounds and added some conditioning on there. And I think he could have even won this event. But 4th place, guys, it's so very tight in that even the top 6. In 5th place, this was a surprise to me. Lewis Breed was fantastic. I might even given him a even better spot. Hard to say, though. Everybody else looks so good. But man, oh man, Lewis Breed, he was the shocker of the night. And Lewis from the back also. This guy, if he keeps going, I mean, he's one to put your stock in. This guy's stock will rise and rise. Hook your star to his wagon, because he's going to be big. Very impressed with the guy that placed 6th. Sirhan, he got into that top 6. I like this guy's physique. He has been improving show after show in his condition. He's been more and more conditioned, and that's all he needed. So he did get into the top 6. Now, slipping out of the top 6 was good old Felix Norman. Felix, have you ever once seen a more symmetrical bodybuilder left and right? Perfectly. Look at those biceps. I think everybody's biceps are a little bit different, whether it be vascularity, size, substance. This guy's perfect. Great physique too, Felix, other than your perfect symmetry, proportions. In 8th place was poor Tim. What happened to Tim? We're talking a whale patty. Looks like Andre the Giant. But having said that, he'll bounce back from this. Easy. Get rid of that midsection. I'm sorry, guys. Just trying to make you guys laugh. That's all. If I hurt somebody's feelings along the way, then, well, that's not really worth it, is it? Eric Wood, this guy got 9th, and kudos to him. I believe he won the Amateur Tampa last year, so he got into this year's Tampa, and kudos to him to getting into that top 10. Scraped into the top 10. In 10th place was Alfonso Cromartie, and yeah, he got into the top 10. What can I say? I am sure all of you guys are waiting for the top 2 comparison between Mo Foda and Jon Delarosa. in the front double, I would actually go with the second place man. Keep in mind, it's not a front double bicep contest. It is a complete bodybuilding contest. So, of course, all things need to be considered. Like, for instance, I said that Foda might have been winning this front double. How is he beating Jon Delarosa? And is he destroying him? No, he's not destroying him. Jon could actually be winning on the V-taper, proportions, things of that nature. I give the edge to Mo because he looks like his wheels are a little bit more separated. They look like they're maybe even better condition. Who knows? Who knows? And the biceps themselves might be a little bit peakier. But yes, ultimately, Delarosa, he is definitely hanging and banging. He is hanging with the Big Mo. Front lat spread. Next shot, I would also go with Mo. Now, Jon, he's good. He's got a great V-taper. Things of that nature. I don't see any bubble guts. I don't see any lack of condition. Decent separation. Things of that nature. Mo just seems to have some deeper separation in the quads. Now, proportionately, Jon's legs might be a little bit larger compared to the rest of the physique, but I don't know. Good big booming upper body. Nice pecs for Jon, though, I'll say that. I'd be winning on that region. So, 2-0 for the loser in this matchup, second place? That's strange. Turn to the side. This is why it is a bodybuilding competition and not a front double bicep show. From the side, it is a world of difference. Look at the tie-ins of those quads. Hanging hamstrings. Jon Delarosa. And like we seen from that front lat, he's got a bigger set of pecs. Great big man's chest. So Jon starts to inch his way back here on the scoreboard, so to speak. Side tricep. This seems interesting. I believe if Jon were to be tilted a little bit more, showing the far pec, I think a little bit more, he would be beating this Big Mo. I think his midsection looks a little tighter, and the same goes with the side chest for this pose when it comes to the lower half. They're in different leagues. Looked like Mo from the front had much better condition separation, but it is the exact opposite from the side. But I do like the display, tricep itself, for Big Mohammed Foda, or just simply Mo. So, maybe an edge to Mr. Mo as far as points are concerned, but let's not beat around the bush. I think Delarosa is in better condition. But you have to look at the back to find that out, right, peoples? Right, peepels? And can you see an edge in condition for Delarosa? I think I can. You watch the video footage, and I'm sure most of you would agree that it favors Jon Delarosa in the conditioning department. Doesn't have those big ridges, but he has some pretty thin skin, I must say, and the back lat itself, for a smaller statured guy, I think his back is a little bit more impressive than Big Mo's. Wouldn't you agree? Here's the rear double by. Gee, Dad, he big. Yes, Delarosa's back. The rear double, I love this pose. It's very exposing to the lats themselves. You can kind of make it look like you got some pretty gifted lat insertions in the rear lat, a la Rolly Winkler, guys like that, Dennis Wolf. But when it comes to the rear double, very exposing of the actual lat insertions. And Jon's back it's slightly more dense, more muscular. Arms actually look better too in the pose itself. He just looks overall more polished, more conditioned. Lower half as well. So was it that close at the end of the day? If conditioning was closer, it would have been a heck of a matchup. I might even have went with the larger guy, but yeah. Here's the abs and thigh. And these guys are different type of condition. It looks similar on the picture footage, but like I said, you got to go watch. Hopefully, Superset Man will be releasing some side-by-sides of these guys. He does a lot of the side-by-side video footage comparisons, and they're very useful. when trying to determine who's in better condition. Of course, the pictures are good for sitting there and looking like, well, okay, which one do I prefer physique-wise? Probably Jon in this shot, I guess. And the most muscular, an apple versus an orange. We have a crab position versus a hands clasped, and I always preach this. They should have to do both, but one versus the other, because they're so totally different. Totally Lee Haney. So yeah, at the end of the day, no, I have no arguments, no gripes for Jon Delarosa winning. I think the better man won. They're all pretty good dudes, but at the end of the day, conditioning counts, guys. Conditioning counts. On his way to the Olympia is Johnny Boy. Let us glance over the classic physique for just a minute. This was your champion, Justin Badurina. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Look at his lats. This guy deserved to be on that front lat video versus Dorian Yates. And I'm sorry about that one, guys, too, by the way. I still feel bad. Should have put Chris Bumstead. Should have put Big Ramy. Whole bunch of them I excluded. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But yes, Justin looks incredible in the V-taper. Did he do enough to clearly win this against the guy that placed second? Here is the top two guys. Gabriel Zancanella, and he competed at the Olympia last year. He got a 13th, I think it was. Something of that nature. Try to sound intelligent. I have it written down right here. But anyway. Winning on the arm department is Gabriel. Justin, of course, absolutely winning on that V-taper. Could anybody beat this man? Including the Bumsteads. Including Chris in this V-taper. The midsection to lat ratio, out of this world. Most certainly beating Gabriel on that aspect. What's more important to you, arms or V-taper? Wheels? Hard to say. You'd have to be there, I think, to see who is in better condition. It looks pretty close on the pictures. Turn to the side. Oh, I'm going to go with the guy that placed second in this shot. No ifs, ands, or buts, Mooney. McMahon. I tell it like it is. Gorilla Monsoon. Jesse the Batty. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Gabriel winning on the side. Look at the substance, the far pec. And the wheels, couldn't tell from the front, but absolutely you can tell from the side. Gabriel, much more conditioned. So, is there some debate? We haven't looked at the back yet. Different type of condition. Hard graininess. That Nick Walker type condition for Gabriel. And Justin, he has that like type of William Bonac, ridges, condition, not like a vascular type, so it is definitely hard to say. Obviously, the IFBB judges picked Justin, so he must have been more impressive to them in real life in the conditioning department. But yes, just a look, because yeah, these two dudes will more than likely meet on the Olympia stage. I could absolutely see Gabriel koala man. He's definitely gonna qualify to the Olympia this year, placing a debatable, I'll say it, a debatable second place, taking nothing away from Justin. That's the nickname girls give guys that drive great big trucks. Wow. Terrible. In 212 action, this was the type of condition that was winning the Tampa Pro. This is Jordan Janowitz. With a freaky split on the biceps. Wow, that's impressive. A la Boyer Co. Why not? Great condition. Head to toe, this guy is very complete. Congratulations, Jordan, on your going to the Olympia this year in the 212 division. And now, we end this video with a somber note. Phil Clahar. I apologize, I've heard it pronounced Clahar. Phil Clahar. After competing at the Tampa Pro, not placing where I thought he was definitely going to get in there. He definitely didn't place where I thought I'm sure where he thought he was going to place. He elected to retire from professional bodybuilding. Phil, you are one of the great ones. And at, he's 47, I think. It says 47 on the entire net, but you don't know. Could be younger, could be older. Either which way, at that age, I think he proved everything that you need to prove. You went to the Olympia. You tasted of the very Olympia stage. Something a lot of people will never do. Many, many people will never do. Phil, much like a Phil Heath, he would dominate. He would win matches. He would win events, titles with that great big back. One of the best backs you would ever see in the history of bodybuilding. Phil Clahar. So Phil, from me and all 50,000 of my subscribers, we bid you farewell on competing in bodybuilding. But we, of course, hope you stick around, go to the shows, things of that nature, and continue on your social media, and even show us some physique updates, things of that nature. And, 50 years from now, 50 plus years from now, you could be 100-year-old and still flexing. You can do it. You can do it. Look at you now. Look at you now. Look at you now. So quit while you're still looking great. And I think that is just that. I think that's great. So, Phil Clahar, one of the great ones. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. That is your Tampa Pro. And like I said, your somber note. We all retire at some point. Have a great one.